In this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to build this gantry crane for $200.
All right, let's go over the build list real quick. For the top, you're gonna need two 2x10x8s. And for all the side pieces, you're gonna need 12 2x6x10s. And then for the top up there where you have the metal piece, you're gonna need 3/16 or thicker angle iron, 2 by 2 inches. You're gonna want at least 2 feet of it because you want each side to be a foot. And then in the middle up there, you need an inch thick steel bar. And then you're gonna need 2 boxes of these fasteners. I found these on Marketplace as well, so they were cheaper. These can get really expensive if you buy them in store. Try to find someone that like just build a deck or something, and you can get them for pretty cheap on Marketplace usually. But you'll need 5/16 by 3 1/8 inch, and then you'll need 5/16 by 4 inches. You can just get all 4-inch ones, but I would recommend not getting all 4-inch ones because sometimes the 4-inch ones will be too long and they'll go through pieces. All right, now we'll go over the dimensions real quick. So these baseboards are 5 feet long. So you'll just cut, you cut 3 of your 2x6x10s in half. I'll show you all that. These are about, I think 42 inches. I'll show you all that. And then these pieces, so the middle one over here is a normal 2x6x10, and then the side ones I cut so that they'd be under that thing. Again, I'm gonna show you all this, but I just wanna go over it so you understand what you're doing when you're doing it, if that makes sense. It's about 9 something feet tall, but I don't have the casters on yet, so it will be taller, so I'm not gonna measure it, give you guys an exact measurement, but you also, I forgot for the build list, you will need 4 casters, or wheels, whatever you wanna call them. Mine haven't come in yet, so I'm not able to put them on yet, but I will be putting them on eventually. I got all this wood from a local Amish guy for 120 bucks. I got this winch off Marketplace for 60 bucks, and I got a really good deal on some screws and some angle iron, so it's all gonna be under 200 bucks. So basically, these 4 are going to be underneath these 2 2x10s. I need to cut these because the one in the middle is gonna be full length, so I need to cut these about 9 and a little bit less than 9.5 inches because they lie, and 2x10s are really like 1 by 9.5. So measure your 2x10, it's like a little bit less than 9.5. All right, once you've got all those 4 boards cut, you can put them together with that, with a normal board without the cut in it. And then I'm gonna screw these 3 boards together. So I'm gonna put 2 screws every like foot and a half, I don't know, we'll see. Obviously make sure you line the boards up. So this part about these is they have the same weight capacity as a 5/16 lag bolt, but you don't have to pre-drill the holes. They do it for you with this thing. So it's super nice, super easy. And yeah, they use these for like building decks and stuff, so pretty strong. Put 2 in about every foot or so. And yeah, I think I'm gonna use the shorter screws mostly. I'm gonna use 4-inch ones on the end and in the middle. On both sides, I'm gonna flip this over and do it on the other side as well. And then in between, I'll use the shorter ones. And I'll do the same thing for the side. Now these boards are done. The reason I'm using 3 boards like this instead of 1 like 6x6 or 4x4 is because 6x6s and 4x4s tend to twist. The wood tends to twist. All wood tends to twist, but if you do 3 boards like this, it won't twist as bad usually. So hopefully we'll be able to prevent some twisting. I'm gonna do it to those other boards. I'm not gonna show you all, it's the same exact thing. All right, basically you're gonna put your first 2x10 like this underneath these 2 things. Make sure you square it up, obviously. And then you put your second one on top of that. So just like that, and then we'll go put some screws in there. All right, so I'm gonna put 6 of the 4-inch ones right here, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on that side, and then eventually, when we can flip it over, I'll do the other side. All right, so we're going to be adding 4 braces up here. So what you're gonna wanna do, measure this out. I want it to be 2 feet this way, and 2 feet this way, from here to this corner, and then you can see where I marked the pencil here to this corner. So mark that out. You can do 2 feet, 3 feet, whatever you want to do. I think 2 feet will be fine. It should be about 33 inches from this corner to this corner. Up here would be about 22 inches. So you should just lay it out like this if you're going to be doing this though, because you want to get an exact measurement for what you need. All right, now we'll screw these pieces on here, but first we're gonna shove one of these scrap things from cutting these 2x6s, and we're gonna put it in between these two boards. I have to use a hammer or something, but we're gonna wedge that in there so that we can screw into that board, and so it doesn't make these boards come together in it. We'll just add some support. Now move to this side, put another chalk under there, just like I did with that other side. I just flipped it over. Should have recorded it, but it's pretty easy. You just have to have two people. One person grab each side and just walk it up. It's pretty easy. Now I can put the screws in up here that I didn't get to do because it was flipped over. And then we'll put the supporting pieces on. That side's done. Put it over here. Now I'll put these supports on and we'll be ready to put the base on. Alright, these bad boys are 10 feet long and I want the base to be 5 feet. So we're gonna cut it in half at 5 feet and this will be our base. So each side is gonna need 3 5-foot boards. So I'm gonna have to cut 2 more of these boards to 5 feet. And I can just use the 3-inch screws here because it doesn't have that much wood to go through. Like that, we got our base ready. Now I'll do it to the other side. I think we're ready to raise this sucker up pretty much. Alright, we're gonna pick this sucker up. My idea is to just put it against the trailer, like lean it against the trailer, and then put the bases under it. We'll see how this works. Alright, let's lift this sucker up.
Dude, if you go over the other way, you're not gonna totally finish the truck. Ooh, we're leaning.
Stop leaning it that way.
You're the one leaning it.
I ain't leaning shit. Thing is large. All right, we're working on the base right now. Basically the supports are gonna come up like this. So imagine this beam is right here in the middle of this base piece. A little bit longer than this. This is just for visual example. And then we're gonna put, this is gonna be down here like this, and then this is gonna push up against it so that it can't scoot out. If you just put like 2 or 3 screws going down like that, it won't be that strong. So this will be in here. It'll have some screws, and then I don't know, it'll work. We'll see. All right, you might have to loosen the screws on one side up a little bit so that you can fit these in here. And I just put these in here to make sure it's wide enough for this one to slide in easier. We're just gonna lift it up and try to slide it in. Oh shit, help, help, help. That didn't work. We need Tyler, bro. All right, you need 3 people, 1 to hold each side. Just lift it up. Now we're making these angled supports. I want to be 3 feet up on there. It's going to be about 42 inches. See what angle you need this block at, just put it on here next to it. Find this angle, put it up against it with this all done, and then you'll be able to put it into there. All these are actually 5 1/4. They're not 4 inches. Alright, now we can put these in and start throwing them in. So basically I'm going to put this chalk in here flush, and I'm going to put 4 screws in it. The shorter screws, because if you don't use the shorter screws, it'll go all the way through the bottom. And I'm going to put 2 or maybe 3 long ones up here. I'll probably do 3. Nowhere. So if you have your wheels, I don't because I ordered them from Temu, so it won't be here for a while. But if you have your wheels, obviously put them on before you do this, because what I think I'm gonna have to do is jack it up somehow with the jack and then put them on. It's just gonna be a pain in the balls. I'm gonna have to jack it up like this high so I can get the drill under there and shit. So this is gonna be a pain in the balls. If you can do the wheels before this, obviously do it before, but mine just haven't come in yet, so. Pretty much done. I just gotta do the top thing. All right, so with the angle iron, you're gonna wanna get 2x2 angle iron. This is 1/4 inch thick, but you could use 1/8 inch thick. 1/4 inch thick's obviously just stronger, but you don't need it. Kind of overkill. What you're gonna do is cut it in foot sections and then cut 1 inch out of one side like this, so you can bend these up so it'll be able to slide on the wood easier. You'll see what I'm talking about when I put it on. And I'm just using an angle grinder to cut it. Now what you're gonna wanna do is try to bend these suckers up so it doesn't catch on the wood. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do that, but I'll let you know if I find any tricks. It's actually not as hard as I thought it was. Put it in the vise at the point that I want it to be bent at and hitting it with a little sledgehammer. Is it yours?
Yeah.
No?
Yes. I asked earlier, I was like, is that my sledgehammer? He goes, oh, no. Never seen that thing in my fucking life. Yeah.
And the reason we're bending it is so that when it's sitting on here, it'll just slide easier. Won't get like stuck on the wood. See how it's up a little bit? If it was like this, it would just be flat. I don't know. Might not make a difference. You might not have to do it. I think it looks better, so whatever. So do this to both of them on both sides and you'll be good to go. Basically these two pieces of metal go like this, and then this is gonna get welded across it. About right there. And I'm gonna have to find the center of these, so I'll cut this first. So the center should be 6 inches. Yeah, so it's 1 inch thick, so 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here. All right, basically I'm not gonna be able to show you this because I don't think the welding will show up on camera. So basically I'm just gonna tack it. So I'm gonna put this exactly where I want it. Tack it up here, tack it up here, tack it up there, and then I'll bring it down and make it look better. But we'll tack it up here, make sure it doesn't move or nothing, and then be good to go. So I'll see you once I've tacked it and we're back on the ground and welding it up nicely. All right, we've moved to the ground. I don't really feel like setting up a table because I mean it's gonna take me like 5 minutes, so we're just doing it on the ground. Gotta show y'all my welds. I'm pretty proud of these. Not too bad. All right, now that this thing's done, I'm gonna go ahead and put it up here. All right, basically I'm hanging that electronic thing up with some chain. I have to cut the chain just because I don't want to use a big ass chain. So. All right, now I'm just gonna cut this chain and should be good to put it on there. This chain should just come. All right, I got this thing to hook this chain together. It's because that thing is a choke joint. Yeah.
Yeah, it is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
You got to bring it all the way up so that it's tight, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it stays level.
Yeah.
Let me down.
I felt like Jesus for a second. I thought I was stuck. Whatever.
Okay, so this is the final product. I ended up, if you're doing the same exact system as me with the Vevor winch, I'm gonna show you what I did. Basically, just took 2 pieces of 1/4 inch thick steel and welded it on top of this thing. Don't mind the booger weld, it works, so that's all that matters. Basically what was happening is when this thing got pulled down, it would be like this, and this line would rub on this side of the winch, and that's obviously not good. So it levels it out so that when this thing's getting pulled down, it has like a shim in there so that it doesn't angle it super far and mess it up. So that's all I did. There we go.
Heavier
80 pounds heavier than you thought?
I think it's because of the way I'm grabbed. But you can pick up an 80-pound dumbbell, no problem.
You can't. I would love to see you throw around an 80-pound dumbbell.
Not throw around, but pick it up, bro.
Yeah, like this. You can pick up an 80-pound dumbbell. Not like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to see all of our builds. Let me know if you have any questions on this build down in the comments. And also don't forget to tell me what I did wrong or how I can improve it. This thing has already been super helpful getting these engines out of these skis, so 100% worth it.